Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Doxy, and today we are looking back at some of the coolest anime transformations ever, but not the good guys. Because, let's be honest, as much as we all love a hero, it's usually the villains that have the cooler powers and the cooler transformations, and if we're being brutally honest, the cooler aesthetic as well. Plus, they don't really get their flowers very often, or the credit they deserve for being as cool as they are. So that's what I want to give them today. I want to give them their flowers, I want to give them their credit. I don't know what's in this video, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, but it's made by VinnyTube, and I trust VinnyTube. He usually has hella good takes, so you know this video is going to be a banger, you know it's going to be accurate, and I'm excited to watch it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I know I sure as hell will, so let's sit back, relax a little bit, and reminisce about some of the coolest villain transformations ever. Cool, let's do this. This is Broly, right? Yes, this is like Broly going mad. I loved this scene in Super. This was so cool.
Video on villain team-ups, so I figured that a continuation to that seems apt.
I didn't watch this original video, but I'm very intrigued.
Villains. It's almost a trope now that a lot of them can transform in various ways. Others go from monstrosities into handsome men and women, while others just do the opposite. Some just go straight up into Final Fantasy boss territory in terms of appearances.
Very
However,
accurate.
not all transformations are created equal.
I know.
Some are more impactful than others. So for today, I'll be going through what I think are 10 of the most impactful and memorable villain transformations in anime. Alright.
I'm expecting a lot of One Piece here, because there's a lot in One Piece. Oh, I love this. This is the stone mask thing, right? This was really cool, like ultimate being and whatnot, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone.
JoJo has no shortage of transformations that go from cool to downright bizarre. Among them, I think that the transformation by the leader of the Pillar Men is one of the coolest ones. It checks out when you think of it. Kars is known as the ultimate life form.
There we go. Ultimate life form, that's what it was.
The ultimate life form allows him to take on the traits of any life form. Just as he gets fired at by the Nazis, it's Kars who comes out on top by donning his stone mask.
Doesn't he gain like feathers or something? Like some weird stuff on his arms?
On top. The ultimate life form has been unleashed. And
or am I wrong?
Forever be etched into
there we go. No, I was right. There we go.
Pivotal turning points in
that's so cool. It really is cool. Like, he's turned into Goro at the end. This I immediately disagree with, by the way. This could have been All For One.
I mean, what else did you expect?
I love Overhaul, but no.
Entire gimmick is some sort of transmutation. Overhaul's entire shtick comes from his ability to keep transforming things with his quirk, and of course, that includes himself. And boy, what a scary set of transformations he had as he battles our heroes.
I will say though, before anything else, that if this was like coolest powers, I would agree that Overhaul should be on there, because of the whole like deconstruct, reconstruct thing is very, very cool. Even though Overhaul as a character hasn't really got a point other than like he's got Ebola and doesn't like germs and wears gloves. But other than that, like, I don't think him turning into a big colossal being is as cool as maybe All For One's transformation. That's probably a better example, because that's a lot more memorable and cooler. Yes, this fight scene was a lot better, but we're talking about transformations, not about how cool the fight scene was or how cool the powers are. So I do disagree with this one a little bit, but maybe he has a good reason, who knows.
Indeed. That's the most fearsome part of Overhaul's powers.
I do like the Plague Doctors, though. I love Plague Doctors.
Your quirks. He may not have the reputation or the legacy that someone like All For One had, but you'd be a fool to underestimate a supervillain with this kind of versatility. It all culminates in his ultimate transformation into his red kaiju form.
It's cool, but it's not that cool.
But it sure took one hell of a chain of battles for Overhaul to be defeated. Gave us some of the best animation we've seen in the season 2.
Agreed, but I wouldn't put the transformation above JoJo's. I haven't seen this. Or I haven't, I don't remember it. One of the two.
Yep, two masters of transformation and assimilation back to back.
Oh, that looks painful, bro.
Differently in the God of High School universe, I think that Jegeldike's way of doing it is quite neat. I mean,
okay, it's quite neat. He has got a vagina on his head, but it's okay.
And he uses this angelic form to engage Jin Mori in the last stretch of the season. He dons an appearance that would put some JRPG bosses to shame with how majestic and intimidating it is.
I can't unsee it though, that thing on his forehead.
It's a sense of wonder at the form
can't
that he
unsee
decides
it.
to take. Then you get to see his powers in action.
Show
Not
me.
for too long for a supposed season final.
That's kind of neat. Can't lie.
The transformation kind of fell flat because of the ease in which Jin Mori destroys him.
How?
I mean, with an appearance like that, I think he can put up a bit of a fight. Don't you think so? On the other hand, rule of cool is a thing, and I don't think that anyone else in
looks
God of
so
High School
painful.
comes with a second form that looks as cool as the angelic form that Jegeldike had in the series
It looks
finale.
cool, but I'm not amazed. Oh, Kaido. Are we seeing him turn into a giant dragon again then, are we? This is very cool. Like, I think the artwork on this and the way it was done was really well done.
The 12th episode gave us one hell of a transformation. We've known Kaido to be a monster of a villain, and you know what makes him even scarier?
He's a dragon.
A scary transformation, of course. One that resembles a very, very intimidating blue Shenron. Just
very
like a
cool.
good villain who prides himself on power, Kaido releases some blood-curdling screams while he transforms into his dragon form. He then proceeds to emerge out of nowhere to shake fear in the hearts of all those who oppose him. The transformation was cool enough, but once you add that entrance to the mix, whoa. Seriously, with this powerful of an entrance and that mighty of a form, how could anyone stand up to him? I really don't know how anyone could beat this, honestly speaking.
Well, I'll tell you how someone could beat him. Luffy goes gear 5, and then he punches him numerous times, does his little giggle ha 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 thing, and then Luffy just kind of wipes the floor with him. That's pretty much the gist of it. It was very cool. I was expecting some Kaido. I mean, I knew it was going to be in it from the start of the video anyway, but I was expecting this in there because Kaido is just a very cool character, and the transformation into a dragon is incredible. But I've always wondered, like, Kaido screams when he turns into a dragon, and that could be like a Dragon Ball Z thing where you kind of like power up, but I've always wondered, like, do characters that transform into other creatures, especially big creatures, does it hurt? I don't know why that popped into my head, but like, is it like a Wolverine thing where when his claws come out, it makes him strong, he can fight with it, but it kind of sucks to do. So I've just always wondered if it hurts. This has absolutely nothing to do with the video, by the way. I'm just very curious because to me, I imagine it would really suck to turn into a giant dragon, like all them scales and stuff. Not for me. This was like one of my favourite scenes in Wano, I can't lie. The Luffy Kaido fight was just, mwah, chef's kiss, man. What's this? Kill the Kill. Okay. I remember this being very neat.
Next is Ragyo from Kill la Kill. For a show with such a major focus on transformations and outlandish outfits, it's a no-brainer that the ultimate villain would be rocking such transformations of her
Definitely. He looks like an Undertale villain, but it's all good.
Swaps between the sisters and Ragyo rocking
It's literally an Undertale villain.
The transformation moment comes when she puts on her ultimate outfit, Shinra Gogetsu, donning an appearance that puts every other life fiber transformation to shame with how outlandish it looks. Ragyo terrorizes the heroes in this new form. The symbol of Ragyo's desire for world domination.
It's cool, but I'm not overly enamored, you know? I think Kaido was cooler again.
Defeating even our main heroines. And even after its defeat, Ragyo still manages to use it in its space shuttle form to further her plans. The great thing about this transformation is that it happens at the end of an episode, providing one of the best cliffhangers the series has. Given how Kill la Kill has got a lot of great cliffhangers, that's saying something. I think that seeing Shinra Gogetsu is probably one of the most hyped I've been for an upcoming episode. Well,
I think I'd need to rewatch Kill la Kill to get the full context of this. Right, number 5. Is this Naruto? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. I actually know this one. As much as I don't like Naruto, I do know about this one.
He topped on this channel. I think it's a breath of fresh air seeing Madara at the midway point of the list. No one wins forever.
I remember this being reasonably cool.
Ever created. Madara
reasonably.
may only be 5th on the list, but I think that his transformation is a key event in the final arc, being the one moment where I thought the good guys were legitimately screwed. As if they weren't already. Well,
I mean, they've always been
about
screwed in Naruto. That's kind of the point.
Absorbing the power of the 10 tails, Madara goes on to unleash his 6-path transformation, gaining white hair and an edgy new redesign. No wonder
Yeah,
he
I
had
do
to be
remember
written out
this.
through some plot convenience. We continue on with the show.
Whoa, what happened there? Ah, Broly. Was there no number 4? Did we have to cut number 4 out for copyright reasons? Well, I apologize, there's only 9 of them then. But this is cool.
About transformations. It's the easiest
I love
way to show
Broly.
a power up after all, and the show's just rife with those. I can put Cell's forms on the list.
I would imagine Cell. Super Buu. I thought Super Buu would be in here.
Major villains, not even getting to the minor ones. And then of course, there's Broly.
But Broly's the
here because I feel his transformation
pinnacle,
carried a lot of impact. I mean, the same can be said for the other major
He's
villains
so
I mentioned,
angry.
But from a personal perspective, I feel like Broly elicited the strongest reactions from me. The first appearance from the old movie is already something. I mean, he's brought freaking Vegeta to his knees in fear while needing everyone's combined powers to lose. Then there's the Dragon
He's
Ball
OP,
Super
bro.
transformation. It's not
He's
too often that you
literally
see good
OP.
transformation carry this much impact due to the voice acting. This is a scene that still gives me chills when I see how Broly screams as he completes this transformation. You can tell that the heroes are screwed with how intense this moment is, and Broly didn't disappoint.
Like, that power
Two movies,
is
two different eras,
redonkulous.
both badass and spine-chilling transformations. Broly truly knows how to make an impact.
It's Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Of course he knows how to make an impact. Good lord, look at him. What's this? Oh, Berserk! I'm so sorry, I should have known that.
Griffith completing his 4 into Femto is still one of the most powerful moments and transformations in anime. Griffith has
such a weird animation style, though, isn't it?
He gives into despair and gets reborn as Femto. Femto then proceeds to do some despicable acts that pretty much encapsulates the mature themes that Berserk has been known for. The intervention of the Skull Knight prevents things from getting even worse for Guts and Casca. It's good that he manages to arrive in time, as things were looking pretty bleak back then.
This looks like a video game cutscene.
With its legacy and the
like,
number of words that have been
majorly.
inspired by it. How it's managed to do that, I would personally say, has a lot to do with the beautiful art, character writing, and gut-wrenching developments, some of them leading to chilling transformations like this one.
I wish the anime was as good as the manga, because the manga is incredible. We are not putting this number 1. I refuse. No. Absolutely not.
Now, I don't think this is a surprising number 1. It's an easy
It is for
decision to
me.
make, actually. I know mentor or big brother figure traitors are too rare in anime, but having those figures to be the most iconic enemies that kickstarted the series? Well, looks like the greatest enemy is within the ranks after all. After confiding with Eren, Reiner and Bertolt proceed to commit one of the biggest betrayals and reveals in modern anime. It's just an incredible and powerful scene. The music, the cinematography, and the voice acting are all just so perfect here.
It is well done, but I wouldn't put it as number 1, personally.
Why I place it as my number 1 villain transformation. The two didn't disappoint either, and the ultimate battles against them ended up being some of the most hyped fights in the entire run of Attack on Titan.
I have some thoughts on this one, but we'll get to them in a minute.
With that,
it is cool.
List. Is there a transformation that you think I missed out on? Write it down in the comment section so I can check it out.
Okay, so I have some thoughts. First and foremost, before I say anything else, I want to make a point of saying I do agree with the majority of this list. It is a great list. I'm not going to critique it. I'm not going to crap on it. Nothing like that. I do think the order of things is a little bit weird, because I wouldn't put Overhaul above the JoJo's one, because I think the JoJo's one was a lot more kind of epic and cool to watch, but that's all subjective. This whole thing's opinion anyway, isn't it? I do think Kaido was cooler than a lot of them, and I do think Broly was a lot cooler than the Attack on Titan one, but that may be a me thing because I'm not an Attack on Titan fan, so maybe I just don't understand the severity or the depth of it, so that could just be a me thing. But before all the Attack on Titan fans come with their pitchforks and try and attack me, it was very cool. It's just not for me, so please don't at me, don't hate on me, don't kill me, none of that stuff. It's just my opinion. Would I have changed some of the things on the list? Probably, because I think All For One's transformation was a lot cooler than Overhaul's one. Overhaul is a cooler character, but again, I like Plague Doctors and I like his power, but I think the transformation, it wasn't as great as All For Ones, or as some of the other transformations in My Hero. Obviously, I don't know what number 4 was on this list because it was copyrighted or it was cut out or something like that. So I'm going to add my own number 4 right now, which is Boros from One Punch Man, because that transformation is incredible. The whole fight is cool. He looks awesome. It's just a wonderful part of the show. So that's my number 4. I would probably put Broly as number 1, but again, that's me being a Dragon Ball nerd. You could argue that Perfect Cell from Dragon Ball or Kid Buu or Majin Vegeta could have been in there, but I understand why they weren't, because obviously the Broly transformation is a lot cooler. It's a lot more kind of impactful in the scheme of the show. So I get it. I would change a few things, but ultimately I enjoyed it. It's a good list. I'm not going to crap on it, like I said. And it's VinnyTube. He deserves the credit. He works really hard on his stuff. So go check him out if you haven't already. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said in my post earlier, if you haven't seen it, this is my last reaction video for a while. I'm going to change my content to more long form, more creative, more me basically. So if you're here for reactions, I do apologize, but hopefully you enjoy the direction the channel's going to go in soon. I have a lot of stuff kind of in the pipeline at the moment. I've got a couple of massive One Piece videos, a big Pokemon video, I think a Dragon Ball one somewhere in there, and something completely unrelated to anime, but it is still animation. I hope you enjoy it, just like I hope you enjoyed this video. That's all from me today. My name's Darksea, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if no one's told you already, you look good today. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.